So you have a connecting flight through Lisbon with an 8 to 12 hour layover, and you want to make the most of your time by exploring the city.
What's the #1 activity that shows you the most iconic views in the city, teaches you about the history and the monuments, gives you a drink in the sun, and all at an affordable price?
We have booked this every time our friends and family came to visit, and we joined them every single time. It is that good.
What is this activity we're talking about, and how can you reserve your spot? If this shirt already doesn't give you a hint, stick around and find out.
Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel Nations Without Borders. My name is Josine.
And I'm Eric, and together with our daughter Nora, we are the Nation family. We're an American and Dutch couple who have been living in Portugal over the past 3 years. And on this channel, we talk about our experiences and lifestyle in Portugal, family travel, and remote work.
We live in Lisbon, and over the past 3 years, we've had plenty of family and friends visiting us. And there's just this one activity that we always book and always want to join with them.
And that is a sailboat tour on the Tagus River. So you got a connection flight going through Lisbon. You got a layover of 8 to 12 hours. Not a lot of time to go ahead and get lost and go experience all the things and do multiple activities, but you got enough time to do 1 or 2 activities, and you want to have an impactful experience, something memorable, something to take epic photos, taste some food, what have you. But while you're at the airport and you got a couple of seconds to spare, if you are finding the information on this channel valuable and you like our content, please do us a favor and subscribe to the channel. We would really appreciate it, and it will help us continue making videos like this. But like we said, you got a layover.
You have to do something because 8 hours at the airport is just boring, I gotta say. So you want to go see the landmarks. You probably choose the touristy areas because that's what you read about. You probably want to do tram 28 or something, but it's just not it. It's not covering it all. Whichever boat tour you choose, you have everything in there. You have the views, you have the drink, you have the sunshine, you have like other people on board as well, a tour guide, small groups.
This is like a unique experience that you could do on a layover because about a 30-minute drive from the airport, depending on traffic, and you could take an Uber or Bolt relatively cheap. That's pretty sweet. Like you could tell your friends and family, yeah, I had a layover in the city and I went on an epic sailboat tour.
And you can leave your luggage at the airport in lockers there. So everything works out really well with this activity only.
All right, so let's talk more about in detail why we think the sailboat tour is the ultimate layover activity. We're gonna cover 5 reasons why we think so.
Yeah, let's dive in. The #1 reason is the length of this tour. Most of these tours are 2 to 4 hours, probably even 2 or 4 hours.
Yeah, you can book 2 hours or 4 hours, and they have times where you can start in the morning at 10 or 11 a.m. Then they have times where you can start at 1 or 2 or at sunset around 4 o'clock. So it's pretty flexible on the timing and the length of time as well. So if you have toddlers or young children, you're probably going to want to book the 2 hours because they're going to get bored on a boat for 4 hours.
A good point, by the way. You can bring young children on board, and they have life vests for children. Of course, the length of the tour and where you depart and what kind of boat depends on what you book. There's so many different options. We'll give you later some information about like where to book this and all the things, but know that your children are more than welcome.
And the second reason is sightseeing and history.
Yeah, if you have a really good tour guide or a good captain, which most of these boats do, you'll get information about like all the landmarks that you're seeing from the water, and it's quite a few.
Yeah, when you're cruising up and down the Tagus River, there's literally monuments and historical sites the whole way. For example, when I took my brother Steven or my mother, I on purpose chose a tour guide company who said they do like history. So they explain everything along the way. And lots of tour guides, they're pretty flexible and like, they're like, hey, you tell me how much you want me to talk, because some of them, they will talk the whole time and you're like, dude, chill out. I just want to like enjoy my cocktail in the sun. So it all depends on like what you're feeling that day. If you take a public one, then it depends on like the crew that's on the boat, you know?
A third good reason is, well, it's not a reason to book a boat tour, but there are drinks and snacks on board. So you don't have to worry about having access to water or a quick bite. It's not a full dinner course or anything. It's just like a couple of glasses of wine, a beer, sodas, water, potato chips, and like small bites.
And they usually have extra Like if you want to purchase extra, they'll usually include 1 or 2 complimentary drinks. But if you're feeling extra thirsty that day, you know, you could buy 5 beers, whatever. They got you covered. If you don't want to leave all your luggage at the airport in the locker, you want to take your valuables, like your carry-on that has your most expensive items, you can bring that. All these sailboats or catamarans, depending on the boat you take, they have like downstairs, you can leave your luggage down there. Not a big deal.
Yeah, and there's toilets on board. Every single time we've been on a boat, there's been toilets, so you're covered there too. And if you're worried about needing more food, or if you're like, if it's at that time of dinner or lunch, don't worry. There's like restaurants in every harbor or around the harbor where you can find like Portuguese food, but also something like more international. You have options.
If you got an 8-hour layover, you got the half an hour to get there from the airport, the half an hour back, you got 2 to 4 hours. That gives you enough time to eat at the restaurant. And number 4 is the customizable tours that you can choose from and all the beautiful sights.
It depends on what you're looking for. Like we've done a catamaran tour with kids. The kids were like in the nets up front looking for fish and jellyfish and dolphins and all the things. Super fun. But we've also done party boats where we were hauling beers from another boat because we were short on it. There's something for everyone.
Yeah.
And it of course depends on the time of the day and what you're looking for. But you do not have to worry about like what kind of boat tour you're booking. You really have options.
And if you're with a crew, you can book the entire boat just to keep it private, or if you're just by yourself or with one other person, you know, you can join a public one where there's going to be other tourists and strangers on there. But we do that all the time and we've always had a great experience. And so when you're going along the Tagus River, you're going to pass epic sites such as the bridge that's modeled after the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. You're going to pass Praça do Comércio, the Belém Tower. So like a lot of these touristy highlights you get to see from the river, which is a different, unique angle to see the city at, you know, instead of doing a walking tour or going to the top of a hill or whatever. So it's just a unique perspective and it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And reason number 5 why we think this is the ultimate layover tour is affordability. People are often surprised when we tell them how much it costs. We usually just, whenever our friends and family come, we usually just cover it and then we tell them just to pay us back and they're always surprised. Like to get a good quality tour usually starts around 35, 40 euros, but it can go up to as high as 60 or 80 depending on the boat you get, whether it's like a sailboat that has capacity for 6 people, or whether you're doing a huge catamaran or an even fancier party boat catamaran or a yacht. There's lots of range there to work with within your budget. So,
and that is per person, by the way. Now, I know some of you might worry about motion sickness as you're being on the water. You do not have to worry about it at all. If there's anyone in this room that is sensitive to motion sickness, it's me. I get sick on a surfboard. So that's true.
Same thing with my brother and my mom. They both get seasick.
This river cruise, whichever boat tour you book, you're gonna be fine. I've been on all those boats, all kinds of boats, and I've done it plenty of times. I did not get sick at all. The river is calm. There's no big waves. It's all very chill, and the boats are also not going too fast. If you're lucky and it's windy, the sails go out and then the boat might move a bit, but still that didn't have any effect on me, so.
Yeah, it's pretty chill. It's so chill that she falls asleep on the boat pretty often.
It's not true.
All right, so if you stuck around this long, thank you. Now let's talk about how you can reserve your spot and where to book. You do want to book this probably at least a week in advance to secure your spot, especially if it's summer and it's tourism season, because it is a popular activity. We usually just book through Airbnb experiences just because of how convenient and easy it is. And I just pick, I go through the tours, I see which one has the most stars, and then I make sure they offer all the things that I want, such as the guide that tells you about the history of the city. They offer complimentary drinks, snacks, things like this. I make sure they offer all the things that I want. They have the time slot that I want, etc. And we've always had a pretty good experience. I do have some favorites, so look down in the description and I will include links to the ones that we use. Otherwise, you can always book it on TripAdvisor, or if you go directly through them, that way you save some money on Airbnb taxes, and I'm sure the vendors that host these tours would also appreciate that, so they're not paying the fees to Airbnb.
How to prepare or what to expect. Now, you're going on a boat, so you probably have questions about, can I swim, or do I get wet, or like what to bring. So bring sunscreen, bring your swimsuit, and bring a towel. Now, you don't have to swim, and sometimes no one swims. The water is cold, so know that. It's really cold, but it's safe to swim, and sometimes the boat stops and offers you the moment to to jump in. So be prepared for that if you want to do that, because I can imagine you want to shower after before you have your connecting flight. So keep that in mind. If you want to swim, bring that stuff.
I think out of all the times we've gone, I've maybe jumped in the water twice, so
yeah,
definitely not obligatory. Sometimes you will see dolphins, which is pretty cool. So make sure you have your camera ready.
You can do this on flip-flops, on good shoes. It doesn't matter. Most of the time you take your shoes off anyway. You're on a boat, but yeah, it doesn't matter what shoes you wear. Then food and drinks. We've mentioned this already. There is water, there is sodas, there's beer and wine, most likely, and there's some small snacks. We've had sometimes that we were allowed to bring our own, but make sure you check that with whoever you book with, because sometimes they're not very fond of that. They'd rather sell you the beers that they have. So you can bring your own, maybe.
Depending on the weather, make sure you bring a sweatshirt or a jacket, especially if you're going in the spring or the fall, because when the wind is there, even in the summertime, it can get chilly if there's wind. So unless it's blazing hot out, bring a jacket just in case, because it can get chilly.
And then we've mentioned the food already. It's only snacks. If it's dinner or lunchtime, bring your own bigger snack if you're really hungry, or make sure you can eat after. There's no extra food.
Yeah. And one more side note about the weather. It's not a popular activity in the dead of winter. So if you're going from like late November, December to like February, probably not a good activity because of how cold it is and rains often. So those are like the 3 months I would say. Probably do something else.
We've done it in January, but we had like our winter coats on, and it was a beautiful day in the winter.
Yeah,
but
you get days here and there with sunshine in the winter, and it's doable, but just be aware.
Then about where you're gonna sit on the boat. So depending on if you want to have that history information from the captain, you want to sit in the back, because that's where the captain is at. If you don't really care about all that information, you just want to lay out on the deck, you go to the front of the boat.
All right. Now, we know that not everyone loves to hang out on boats, which is weird, but just kidding. Not everyone likes to hang out on boats, or you're not a water person. So for those people, we have an alternative option for you. Don't worry, we're not gonna leave you hanging. And that is the classic go do an epic walking tour that will show you the major sights of the city, get you your food, your drink, and do some souvenir shopping and learn the history about the city.
Yeah, now there are so many walking tours probably that you can book online, but I've done one and I'm very excited about this one. So I'll put a link in the description about this walking tour, that if you're looking for one, go there. It's a 2-hour tour that goes from Alfama to Baixa to Chiado, basically a lot of hills, so prepare to like climb some stairs.
The calves are gonna get a great workout.
But yeah, this tour guide, she is so knowledgeable about the city, and she talks with so much fun. Like, she has all the stories, but she also knows the locals, and she takes you there and says hi to all these people, introduces you to it. She includes a glass of wine, which was for me and my friend very a big benefit. But it was just so much fun to walk around with her, and you really see a lot of the city when you're doing that walking tour, but you're inside the city. So if you're not a boat person, go on this walking tour.
How long is the walking tour?
2 hours.
2 hours. So let's say you have a pretty long layover, whether that's 12 hours, 10 hours, whatever. Let's say you're an ambitious person. You're like, I'm gonna do the boat tour and the walking tour. I want both perspectives. Let's say you do the boat tour at 10 or 11 a.m. You get done with that around 12 or 1, and then you could go do the walking tour potentially in the afternoon. If that starts at like 2, does she do tours in the afternoon?
Ooh, that I don't know. I don't know her schedule, but I think if possible, I would do it the other way around. Do the walking tour in the morning and then chill out on the boat the rest of the day. Because the walking can be quite a lot. 2 hours on like hills, because Lisbon is a hilly city.
That's a good point.
Walking for 2 hours, and depending on the weather, if it's like a very hot day, you want to chill the rest of the afternoon. So I would do the walking tour in the morning, the boat tour in the afternoon.
Get your 10,000 steps in this case it's probably gonna be 20,000 steps in, and then go reward yourself with a Vino Verde on the sailboat in the sun.
Yeah.
Boom.
I would say that's the perfect layover.
So there you have it. Our #1 activity to do in Lisbon when you have a layover.
A boat tour on the Tagus River. It's just unmatched. You have the best views. You don't have to do anything. You can just sit there and enjoy. Learn something about the city, and you can enjoy a glass of wine in the sun. All for an affordable rate.
It really is the perfect combo of just sightseeing and chilling and having an unforgettable experience with plenty of pictures to show your family and friends when you get back home, and also Instagrammable.
So, Are you a boating person or more of a walking tour person? Let us know in the comments.
And if this video gave you some great ideas and inspired you to also do the boat tour, give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please hit the subscribe button. We would definitely appreciate it so we can continue to make more helpful videos like this.
Thank you for watching, and remember,
Explore life beyond borders. Adios.
Bye bye.